Hey, what's up, guys? It's Taylor. So I know I haven't done a video recently, but this is a new one that I'm putting out. Pretty much this is the first one in my series of videos that I'm going to be coming out with called Steamy Garbage. And if that doesn't tell you enough about this series, which it obviously doesn't because it's very vague, I'm going to explain more. So pretty much this new series is about where we find pretty much trash games on Steam and we review them, like honestly, unbiased, and pretty much give them the benefit of the doubt and don't really just like completely shit on them, you know? You have to like give them a little bit of, reason why they're bad. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video and just stay tuned for more updates. Starting off, the first game I'm going to be reviewing is called JellyNoid. So pretty much I ended up putting probably 3+ hours into this game, which is a crazy amount of of time to put into this game because honestly, it's not very easy. It's actually a very hard game. Pretty much how I found this game is I was playing a game called Chompy Chomp Chomp, which is actually a really good game on Steam. I would actually recommend it. Pretty much just a children's party game, and it's fun. So I ended up getting a badge for that game on Steam, and that's pretty much how I got a coupon. And the coupon was for this game called JellyNoid, and it ended up taking it down 90%. So it went from a 99-cent game to a 10-cent game. And at the time I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I have a coupon, right? So I was going to bring up the store page for this game to show you guys like where it is, how to get it. And it doesn't exist. You can't really see my reaction because at the time when I was recording all the footage for this video, I didn't have my microphone on. But I was surprised. The store page does not exist. I tried searching it. I tried going from the actual store page on the game. It just does not exist. The community tab is still open, but I think it was taken off Steam, which is pretty interesting. But, for the time being, it was up. And as of April 9th, I believe, of this month, it was up. So, going off of that information, I have no clue when it was taken down. But let's just get into pretty much the overview of the game. So gameplay wise, it is a pretty basic brick breaker game. So pretty much you have this little paddle and you're going back and forth and there's a ball and you're breaking bricks, and that's all it is. It's pretty simple. It's been done billions of times. This time you're a log, you're bouncing a soccer ball for some reason, and you're hitting these little jelly boys, and it's kind of silly. There's an airplane that flies by every once in a while that will drop either a heart, which pretty much gives you an extra life, or it will drop a poop, which pretty much takes a life from you, and you get an achievement if you get hit by it, which is, I mean, it's a cool thing to get an achievement for, but at the same time, it's like, why, So there are pretty bad glitches in this game, game breaking, actually. So literally there are issues where you can't even start a level, making it impossible to get the achievement. It's on level 12 if I'm showing the clip right now. There's literally no way of getting level 12 to play. It just says you win, but you don't win. You don't get the achievement. So it makes the achievement hunting aspect impossible. Gameplay wise, the controls are very drifty. Here's a clip of me showing like how drifty it is when I take my finger off the key to move. Not only that, the physics in this game are absolutely terrible. It was a lot worse when I got the game. They have done a couple of improvements, which I would say shows a little bit of effort on the creative side. But the ball, as I will show in some clips here, it will stop randomly and just fall. It will hit the wall and go a completely different direction than it should, logically. It will get stuck underneath the paddle and just disappear. So it pretty much makes the game unplayable at that point. And it's really tough to get into this game if you keep dying for no good reason. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is, although many would say, oh, this just like adds to the hardness factor of the game. Well, okay, when you hit certain jellies, or whatever they're called, it will throw CDs. And so it's not a bad concept, but sometimes the CDs do what they're supposed to do, and they just kind of go off, and you can dodge them. But other times it's literally impossible to dodge them, especially since your paddle doesn't move fast enough to dodge them. They speed at you at the speed of sound, and literally they just like trail your paddle. Like, there's no changing it. There's no getting out of the way. Planes are an issue sometimes too. Sometimes they go off in the direction they should. Sometimes they drop directly onto your paddle. And I think I got a clip here too where it gets stuck behind the ball, making it physically impossible to hit the ball without hitting the plane. And when the plane hits you, it takes 2 hearts. And most of the time, that's what you're with, because you start off the game with 2 hearts. So it's pretty much instant death if you get hit by that plane. So if it gets stuck behind the ball, you're going to lose either way. So you might as well just give up there. So those are pretty much the downsides of the game. But I would like to give some upsides, because there are upsides to this game that many wouldn't see if they just looked into it as for what it was and was just like, oh, it's just a crappy game, you know, it's 10 cents, whatever. But there are upsides. So first of all, I would like to bring up the fact that Verimax Studios, that's the creator. I don't know how old they are. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if it's their first project, but most likely it's a child pursuing game design. They're watching YouTube tutorials, like how to use Unity, you know. So there's, you know, you have to kind of give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, considering like it's probably their first game. They're new to this. They're probably young, and they're just trying to see if they can, you know, make it on the Steam market and at least get a few bucks out of it, you know. And going off of actual experience, I did take a game development class freshman year of high school, and it is difficult to create a startup game and build it from scratch. And I did use Unity, and it is pretty difficult to get into. There's a lot of coding and a lot of bugs you have to work through, and it's a lot harder if you don't have a teacher there to help you. So from a game development, you know, experience, I guess, I would have to give him the benefit of the doubt that he or she, I'm guessing it's a he considering it's Verimax, and I'm guessing it's the name of the kid is Max. But going off of that, I would have to say that I'd have to give him the benefit of the doubt there, because he most likely is new. And also, I've seen that they did update the game, as I was saying before. They updated it April 9th, I believe, and all it said is that they fixed some issues on level 15. But from the launch of the game, when I bought it, I did see that there were certain bugs fixed. First of all, going into this, there were full screen issues in the beginning where you couldn't play the game in full screen at all. And in this clip here, I've proved that it's been fixed. There were some supposed issues on level 15 that may have made it impossible to beat the game. But obviously those have been fixed, considering right here I've beat the game in this clip. And I didn't have my microphone plugged in again, but you will not believe the amount of excitement that was there when I beat that game, because I put so many hours in and it felt like years. It felt like a year that I put into this game, and I look and it's 3 hours and I'm like, wow, are you serious? I thought I put way more into that. But yeah, 3 hours. And that's just overtime, I guess. But there are some, you know, updates. So that means that it's still work in progress, and it's probably in beta, and it's still being updated. So it's not a final product, which is good, because it does have some potential. So, is it hard? Definitely. I do not see anyone being able to beat this unless they put some serious time into this. Is it impossible? No. I've beat the game, many others have beat the game in the community, so it's not impossible to do. It is very difficult, but it's not impossible. So, going back to potential, does it have potential? Yes, if updates continue to be made, and, you know, they keep putting their all into this game. But, it's also a no, in the fact that, in the end, it's a basic brick breaker game. It's most likely on Unity, you know, and it was made in a few days, and there's not much playtime, and it's definitely hard to sit down and play, and not to mention it was taken off the Steam store. So, all the money that was racked in from Steam, I have no clue where he's going to be getting that money now. If he wanted to publish the game again, he'd most likely have to put the game up on GameJolt or another indie game website, pretty much, to get that game going again. But will it have the same community? Probably not. There was a pretty substantial community in the Steam market, as I was able to scroll through, and I was seeing that a lot of people were posting their games and saying, hey, I won the game, and people were liking and stuff. So yes, there was a little bit of a community being built there. In the end, on the original store page, there were a lot of negative reviews. There weren't very many upvoted reviews, considering a lot of people can see through this game and see that it was made as probably a first project by an aspiring game developer. So, I guess this is all I'm going to really say. I don't have a rating system worked out yet for this, but if I do come out with one, I'll let you guys know, or you guys can help me create a rating system. Also, if you guys have any other games on Steam that you just absolutely are like, this is the worst game, please leave a comment and recommend it to me, and I'll put some hours into it and I'll review it, and then you'll be able to see my review. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope I brought up some pretty good points, and I would recommend that you guys try this out for yourselves and see if you can beat it, because it was very difficult for me. But the Steam page no longer exists, so if you can find it on the internet anywhere, go for it, try to beat it. But as of right now, I don't know if it exists anymore, but I'm sure it will exist in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you guys like it, be sure to leave a like so I know that you guys actually liked my review, and hope that you guys stay tuned because I might be able to put out a few more. So yeah, just thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.